Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I won't be before you long. I just want to share a few tips on how I choose a watermelon. Several people have been asking me how I choose my watermelon because I seem really excited when I eat them and they never seem to have luck. This is probably due to my recent Facebook rants about not being able to find good seeded watermelon. And I'm glad that it's sparking conversation and it's sparking curiosity, and I'm glad that people are asking me. I'm happy to share. So first, I would like to say there is probably no foolproof way to choose the perfect watermelon because there are so many factors that take place in the growing process. However, I will say that I am pretty good at choosing the watermelon, and maybe 90% of the time it's the right watermelon. And so what the right watermelon for me means is sweetness, texture. I kind of like it maybe, let's say, crispy. Like when you bite it, there's kind of a crunch. It's not like soggy and chewy. And there's a definite fragrance. You can smell water once you cut it. You can smell watermelon. It should smell like watermelon. But the smell alone is not a good indicator that this is going to be the perfect watermelon for you. Like when you find the already sliced ones in the store, I peel back the plastic and I smell it. I want to see. I also kind of press on the plastic to see how it feels because I can tell. So again, these are just things that work for me, but I am so glad to share them with you. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I look for is this nice round yellow spot on the bottom here. And I'm talking about this area. This means that the watermelon sat on the ground while connected to the vine long enough to let the watermelon get ripe. Okay? And if you just fool around in a watermelon bin a little bit, you'll see that not all of them have this. All sides of the watermelon looks just like this, green. The next thing I look for are these marks here. These are called pollination marks. And that is simply where the bees pollinated the flower that later produced the fruit. Okay? That's a good thing. Pollination is a good thing. And I won't go all science geek on you, but pollination is a good thing. Flowers need to be pollinated to produce. Okay? Which is why I try my best not to kill bees, even though I'm terrified of getting stung again. I'm not allergic. It doesn't feel good. But that's the next thing. So we have yellow spot, pollination marks, okay? So the next thing that I look for is this webbing, so to speak. I'm going to hold this with my feet here. So if you see this indentation starting here, here's another one, and it goes around the circumference of the watermelon. It goes all the way around. Now, typically, I have gotten some with deeper webbing. Here's another one here, going that way. So you got lines and indentations here and here, that way. It just means that this watermelon is ready. Like, sometimes if they sat too long, or if you have access to a farm that grows watermelon, if the farmer forgets to pick them for whatever reason, this is where it will start to burst at the seams. Okay, so these are the seams. Seams are good. It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of a ready-to-go watermelon. Sometimes you will see black oozing. Mine doesn't have it, which just means that it's the sugars that are releasing from the fruit. So sometimes you'll see the black oozing actually around these webs, okay? So to wrap up, the black oozing is just sugar, probably a process called oxidation. Things that are inside that come to the outside, exposed to the oxygen, they turn, okay? And the yellow spot on the bottom, The yellower the better. I would probably stay away from brown. I have seen brown. Brown usually means that it's on its way to being rotten. It's sat too long and it's too ripe of a fruit. And to me, that is mush. That is, it's mush, and it's just, it's not enjoyable to me. Not that it may not be enjoyable to somebody else. However, I don't like it that way. And so we have webbing, we have yellow spot, we have possible oozing, and we have pollination marks. Those are 4 things you can look for in your watermelon that will most likely lead to you getting a good watermelon. And so I described to you what my perfect watermelon is. It is good for you to know what your perfect watermelon is. You may not like a really sweet watermelon, and you may not like a crispy watermelon. You know, you may like a chewy watermelon, and that's okay. To each his own. This is my perfect watermelon, and so when I find them, I am super excited, and maybe one day I'll show y'all the dance I do when I'm eating my perfect watermelon. Also, I just put out a blog yesterday, Monday the 13th, about the difference between white and black seeds.